We were changing our differential oil before the off-road road trip we were invited to, and then I spotted something wrong here. Do you see it? When we were driving at certain speeds and at certain loads, there's a lot of vibration coming from the back end, rear end. And I thought that one of the U-joints was messed up. I mean, they're old, they're bad, but they're not loose. But do you see the problem? See this knuckle? See that knuckle? They are out of fucking phase. Totally, maximally out of the fucking phase. Who the fuck was so stupid to do this? So now unplanned, we need to unbolt these 4 screws, put the prop shaft down, remove this half of the prop shaft, clean the sliding joint here, lube everything up and clock it so it's in phase, so we take care of the vibrations coming from the back. So now let's get some tools. I don't know what are the sizes of these bolts, and then let's get to work.
I have some tools for you. Here.
We need some fire.
What happened?
Somebody over tightened this.
A torch? Lighter?
Yeah.
Did you?
Not yet.
No?
First one done.
Okay.
4 more to go.
Do we need to heat all of them?
Yeah. These 2 are not budging. And after we finish with these 2 first, then we need to rotate the wheels so we get to the next 2. This was going. It started to go. At least. You know what?
What?
Let's get our impact gun and break those bolts in two.
After all.
Yeah. So this is a bad idea on multiple fronts because this impact gun has no regulation. This is not the impact adapter and this is not an impact socket. So
Can we break them?
probably we'll try to be gentle and see what happens.
Okay.
Let's try to be let's try that again.
Did it work?
Yes, that worked. This one also worked. Now let's lift up the car, rotate this 180 degrees so we can get to the other two bolts easily.
Okay.
So we don't have jack stands, but we're supporting front and back wheels and we're leaving the jack under the differential. So we're confident when getting under the car, even though this car is high enough that it probably will not crush us if it falls on us, but we're trying to keep it safe-ish. That was easy. Maybe we should really invest in a proper impact gun. Third bolt. And let's see if we can get this one out all the way by hand.
Is this dirt?
Yes, it's dirt from the chassis. Okay, this is third bolt. And now we did not remember to bring a hammer because I don't know if we can get just if this will just pop off. But I'm going to put one bolt in just like that and see and conclude that we need a hammer and a pry bar so we can hammer this off gently. Yeah.
No.
Stay.
A beautiful piece of metal.
It's just a piece of brass and I'll try to use that. Oh, it's moving. So the brass
It's soft.
is softer than steel, so it will not damage the steel as easily. And we just need a little taps to get this thing off. And that's it.
Okay, now?
Now we need to take this off.
Oh, this is greasy inside.
Yes.
Do we need
Like-
to lubricate it again?
We'll clean this up now. Both parts. One off the car and one on the car. We'll clean this here. We'll clean this off the car because it's easier. Put some new lubrication and all of that. And then we'll just clock it correctly this time. And
In what position
And-
should that be?
I'll show you on the diagram.
Okay.
I'm just checking this, the plane, everything here, because I'm not sure, like, the history of this car is still a mystery. So we're exploring as we go. And I'm not sure that this should be see-through. I think there should be cap at this side, so when you pump grease here, it lubricates the shaft, but it just goes out of this here. And this U-joint is actually not feeling that bad. It's smooth, doesn't have any play. This U-joint here has no play, but it's much looser, so I'm sure that will go with some time. We'll be refurbishing this prop shaft at some point, but for now we're going to clean this, lubricate this, lock it so the knuckle up here and knuckle up here are aligned. And I think the manual says there should be some markings how to align it, but since I don't see any weights on this part, only this part, this is a weight, this is a balancing weight, I think that this part is balanced good enough that it doesn't matter how we clock it on 0 or 180 degrees. The only thing that matters is that the knuckles are aligned and that it is clocked the correct way. So let's clean everything, put everything together, torque these bolts to the specific torque of 13 fucking Newton meters, and put everything back together. And then we'll see if the vibrations are gone tomorrow. Yeah, it's beautiful. I know.
It's a chocolate spread this time, not caramel.
Dark chocolate.
Oh yes.
Like, we have a new boot for this, if you're not going to put it on, because you'll be taking this apart again soon. We'll just refurbish everything that we have here. This is beautiful. Look at it. Look, who wouldn't love this?
That's why I'm here.
Like when I clean all those dirty holes.
Stop it now.
That's why we wear gloves.
All the time.
Yes, you need to use protection. You do not want carbohydrates in your blood. That's bad.
I think you mean not carbohydrates, but I mean carbohydrates are things you eat.
So we googled it, and apparently not carbohydrates, it's hydrocarbons. Because of course it is. Same but different.
You see, I told you, it's not the same.
It is, but it's different.
It's definitely not the same.
It's close enough.
Carbohydrates contain water, I guess.
And hydrocarbons
Don't.
Good thing I'm not a biologist or a chemist.
I had an A in organic chemistry. I forgot everything.
Because you don't need it.
No.
So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to power wash this cross here, this U-joint, because there's a lot of grease and I'm lazy to do it like this. This is good enough. We'll put some zip ties on it. So let this dry here while we get back. Hello, car.
Faithful friend.
You know what's a good thing to bring with you when you're going to wash your prop shaft? The fucking prop shaft. Let's go. Isn't this so much nicer?
Yep.
And I think I see where the cap used to be for the end of the shaft. See this groove here? I don't know if you can see that on video.
A little bit.
There's a groove back here.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was punched here. So yeah, we're missing a part. And that's probably why we have a loose shaft, because all the grease was getting out and all the water was getting in. So when we take the U-joint out, you'll have to smooth out these punches. I don't know if you can see, but there are 4 little punch marks inside that hold the cap in. Why? I'm just going to heat this up so it dries, or we clean the other one because it is quite.
Like this.
Yes, of course.
Oh. Wow. What is happening?
It's fine.
Oh.
I just want to warm it up so it dries all the way before we put new grease on it.
Removing that part.
No. I'll just try to clean as much of the old grease out.
It looks like a car's penis right now. And
Did you like it?
You're doing something to it.
It needs to be clean. You cannot put a dirty shaft in a clean hole. It's just wrong. Right?
Yep.
How much wear does it have?
And
Well, I cannot feel any hard notches. So I think the play in it is expected. But I'm really upset that the other part is actually damaged.
actually damaged.
Yeah, it's missing the end cap, so thank you. I think this is clean enough. These splines don't look that bad. We'll inspect the splines on the other shaft. See, the solvent is not that brown anymore. I think we cleaned everything nicely. So, if you look at this shaft, it has a dot, a factory dot right here on the shaft. And if you look at this shaft, it has a dot right there. I'm positive you won't see that on the video,
I can
but
see
it is there.
Yeah.
So when you line them up, something like this,
Yeah. That should be it.
look the shaft. See how this knuckle and this knuckle are the same, in the same plane?
Yeah, put a little bit light back there. Yeah, I can see it now.
That is how it should be.
Okay, so there are actually markings how you should.
They are markings. You can rotate.
on.
You can rotate this 180 degrees.
It will be the same.
It will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But there are markings also. You don't mess this up. So now we are going to put the boot here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put some grease inside of this end of the shaft. We'll put some grease on this end of the shaft. Put the bolts back, torque everything to, I think the manual says 30 Newton meters. And then the next time when we need to take it apart, we won't have to use heat or impact. We can just use hand tools as it should be, because 30 Newton meters is not that much. We have new bolts for this, but we are going to reuse these bolts for now. We clean the threads with a wire brush a little bit, and the nuts go quite smoothly by hand now, so this will be fine for now. And when we change the U-joints and fix the end cap, we'll put new bolts and call that job completely done. And continue from there. Old boot, 2 zip ties. Let's put everything back together. So everything dried up. We are going to reuse the old boot for now, because we'll be taking everything apart again. I just put zip ties on this end here.
Because it's broken?
Yeah, it's broken. But the hole is a bigger problem.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
a nice cube.
only a temporary fix that will last way too long, because everything is every temporary fix is a permanent fix actually. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Like that. And then we can push this in like so, all the way. Yeah, this is going to be fine for now.
Okay, fine.
So now when everything is clean and when our hack for the end cap is here, we'll put some new grease in here from the grease gun, because I forgot to get the, you can hold this actually. Rotate it. Rotate it. Come on, more. You watch out for the under the grease gun. Now we need to put this seal on. I mean, we can put more grease actually, because I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We see how messy we make everything. Yeah, the rubber is going on. It's a bit tight. But remember, you need protection. Now let's slide the yoke back on. Put a zip tie on the broken part and see if we accomplished anything useful. So we put a lot of grease in here, and as we push it, we hope that will be enough to lubricate everything. And I don't know if we should put any grease on the yoke here, but this should be fine. So we are going to align the dot here with the dot here. So like this.
Now you will push that foam a little bit.
I'm holding
Inside.
the foam with my thumb, and I'm just seeing how much grease is here on the shaft. This is really not ideal, but I think this will be better than it was. I think we are going to put some grease on here on the shaft.
More grease.
Yes, more grease. Can you bring me the grease gun?
Yes.
2 gloves,
And
and that's it.
okay.
Just because we're reusing the old boot and there's no end cap, I'll put a lot of grease here. Just like that. We're going to push it in the splines. Where's the dot? There's a dot.
So that's that.
No, we want too soft. Like this. I think this should be fine now.
Okay.
Let's see, just, yeah. Both knuckles are parallel to the ground.
Yes.
So now let's see where are the bolts while I hold this in place. They're in my pocket somewhere. Can you please hold my nuts? Thank you. Can you please give me my nuts back? Thank you. Oh, I know what we forgot.
What?
The torque wrench. Now we'll first put all the bolts in by hand. Oh, interesting.
What?
There's a mark. This mating surface
Yes.
of the knuckle is not symmetrical. So we're just going to rotate this so it fits like this. Yeah. the clean surface. Says go back together. I think we have accomplished something today.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not a particularly hard or complicated job, but we are laying on the ground. It's still winter. Yeah,
Where is this dirt coming from?
from the chassis. I'm putting my hand up here. Now we're just going to wiggle everything into place. While we tighten everything a bit. Just like that. Before we go, we're gonna put our zip tie here, so we don't forget about that. Oh great, more dirt. Beautiful. So the problem is, this is the cleanest part now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't belong here that well. But I think we're gonna be good.
So what is the torque value for those bolts?
The tightening torque is 23 to 30 Newton meters. And I know that you can tighten them a lot harder and not mess anything up, but as I said, you're just going to make problems later, because if you break, like if you're on a trail and you break the back prop shaft, you want to be able to take it off by hand, so you can drive on front wheel drive to a road or something.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so I know that this torque is not that important as some of the engine parts or transmission parts or transfer case or something like that, but you do not want to make so you cannot take it off with basic hand tools.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that a lot of people are carrying battery operated rattle guns and stuff like that, impacts, but what if a battery dies? What if you forget it?
Yeah.
You have some basic tools with you.
Okay, so how much are we gonna apply?
Let's say 25.
Mm-hmm.
So this is 5, 12, 19, 25. It's gonna be just fine for those bolts. That's it. That's all that it needs.
It's not gonna get loose.
We'll check it after the trip, because these are all bolts and well, that wasn't that hard. It had to be done, but it wasn't that hard. I'm a little bit disappointed that this is broken. I mean defected, it's not broken. But it's better than it was. You're getting there. One stupid mistake from the previous owners at the time.
Okay, so this was another fun adventure. We'll see how it works on a road trip.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
Thank you for being with us, and see you next time.
Nobody says it's gonna be a clean job.